Boy, you're looking at a lot of work here. This is probably something I won't try again. But this is a special unit. It's got very unique slider caps, which I still haven't cleaned the ends off of. I just noticed. I look at things at different angles and I'm like, yeah, there's a little bit of dirt there. Okay, I got to clean the tips still, but got most of it all cleaned up, and I just put some armor on there. Yeah, it's getting pollen on it as we speak. There's pollen drifting in out here. It's so polleny. I'm just going to do this really quick so it doesn't wind up full of pollen. But this one has a lot of work that I did underneath, and on the I patched up some things using RV goop paint mixture, and so there's a little bit of contrast there. But the thing is, it makes these vulnerable points a little more rugged. Then you get a little cushion when it hits and so on. So hopefully, as in normal handling, this thing should be invulnerable to damage in the typical places it takes hits. And it cosmetically looks a lot better than ragged wood. And I thought it would be cheaper than building a whole new box, but I'm not sure it worked out that way. But anyway, this one, at least we've historically preserved what we could on a very unique unit that say is apparently maybe one of the real early ones, because those knobs sure look like they were designed for those sliders. I've never seen ones like that. They must have had a limited production run of these. Anyway, it sounds beautiful, as you'll see in a little bit. We'll do a video with it all set up on the legs, but just wanted to give you guys a look at everything here. It basically has pretty nice fabric. It was just those corners got dinged up and that edge down below. Somebody, I don't know what they set it on, but it took a beating over the years in those areas, and we've got that all held together now with that incredible stretchy rubbery RV goop that makes it stronger than original. And let's watch the lid, which I've also done a few little patches on, being placed upon its loveliness. And it's got these cleaned off with the rust we could. They had a little rust on some of the fittings there, as is typical. Got that cleaned up a bit. Unfortunately, you know, you just don't want to lift these things by the handle generally, because there's too much play. These things just are flimsy, and I would recommend putting straps around it. I would not carry it. You can, but if you hold it like this, you know, it's going to go popping apart if you get any torque going that way. If you really held it in, you'll be fine, but if you pull it out at all, they tend to pop apart. So yeah, it's at least got the lid. If somebody knows a solution for making that so it's reliable, that's entirely up to you. I wouldn't trust it. I always would put straps around the whole thing and just make sure it's held together by nylon straps when you carry it. Well, I was going to do this fantastic video playing the two of these, and I discovered this one developed sitting, a transistor failure, apparently one of the low dividers on a C-sharp. It's always good to let things sit for a while, but usually that isn't what happens. Usually just key contacts. The organ seems to play awesome still. The contacts are great in that one. We got a box pedal for it. Somebody put a wood bottom on it. It's nicely done. And a beautiful pedal. And the Super Continental Paul is selling. Here it is. And yeah, I got to do just a few touch-up spots still on those in. You had a couple cigarette burns on top that we blended in some there, but we maintained as much of the original form as we could and did this unique thing on these two of mixing, as far as I know, unique, mixing goop with paint, and makes a really nice, you know, resilient foundation that goes right into the wood that's frayed in places and whatever on corners where it got jacked a bit. But yeah, these things are starting to look cosmetically okay, and this is the one with a really cool drop bar tips that nobody has seen that I know of. Yeah. And we assume they originally looked like they were made for those. But yeah, we'll have these up here on eBay probably pretty quick, so if anybody's interested, let us know. And yeah, anything else about this is an American wood key, of course. And show you the insides here as I bend a module, because I forgot it doesn't have the standoff things in there yet. I need to put those in. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, bend that one down a little bit. They're pretty pliable. Just don't want to do that 20 times or something. Need to put those clips in there so that the lid doesn't do that. And I also need to put a couple screws in back, and then we're all done. This power supply just needs 2 screws there, and this takes the standard cord. Really great unit on the top. Those drawbars in such nice shape, and that's a semi-new top. It has one tiny little flaw in it that something fell on it or something, and so it's a B stock top basically, but it's well within the parameters of the rest of the unit. Since the case on it has had its share of tears, but I say we really got those fixed up pretty nice now. And it's dusk here. I was hoping to get this done earlier, but anyway, 2 which will be perfect Continentals when we deal with an issue on that one, and this one had a couple base contacts. I'm not sure why they're not triggering. To look at that again. We went through those, and they probably either setting for months. They're either oxidized some more or something. I'll check it out and see. But the returns have to be real good on those, and we're working them down to where they work reliably. And anyway, yeah, that is tonight's show. All original stuff there. Touching up a little cracking edge on that switch, and it looked good. It's already glued together, but it had a crack there that showed up cosmetically. But this one's all original cards, and it's all original keys. I repaired one and painted it. Looks really good. So there's the innards.